So we all stereotype. Now, those of you out there who don't know me see a small Chinese woman. You probably think she drives badly. She's probably good at maths. Wrong. And if you're Alice Dear Thompson, you're wondering how I managed to drag myself here. Thank you. As you know, for a woman, just being able to be here at this time of the month is a big deal. And I note that one of the biggest laughs we get here today is when Peter Crisp, who's a good man, puts up a slide which says, "We're from the government, we're here to help you." Yeah, right. And so I want to challenge you today, because actually, I'm none of those things. I am a public lawyer who's an entrepreneur in using the government to help business. And why? That's why I want to challenge you as to your stereotype. Now, business thinks that government is useless. How do I know that? Because that's what I specialise in. This is what I do. 17 years of having business on the phone saying government is useless, make them stop, they've got the law all wrong, it doesn't work this way in my industry, you need to change the law, you need to challenge this decision. And they say to me, they are brown cardigan, May. These are people who only know how to say no. They don't know who their client is, they only know how to be difficult. And so why does it matter that we challenge that stereotype? Because just as that stereotype about me being a bad driver is wrong, all right? This stereotype about government needs to be challenged. And the reason is this: I don't think you can maximise business performance if you don't challenge the stereotype. And I think that all problems in society are getting more complicated and bigger, and I don't think you can fix them without the government's help. The Canterbury earthquake, you want to try fixing that all by yourself? I've seen grown people break down because they just can't. People like you and I who've never needed anybody's help have had to learn what Sarah means, and it isn't your next date, okay? Similarly, climate change, big issue. You can't fix it with just the private sector, you need the government. So what I did this morning was I met with an entrepreneur. He's a serial entrepreneur. That's a good term. Sounds like a cereal or something, but it's a good term. And we shook hands this morning. He had a great idea, but he didn't know how to actualise it because it's in one of the most regulated industries in New Zealand, and I said, I know how to do it. So we've shook hands on this. It's 50-50. Because the difficulty is you need to cut through the law here. You may need to change the law here. We're going to need a bit of a grant. We're also going to need to do a pilot. We're going to need some help from the minister. We're going to need the government's imprimatur, but we are going to get this thing up. And it is green, and it is clean, and it is also going to help the masses and the poor. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm racing back to Wellington to trademark it. And what I'm trying to say to you is this. This is my big idea. Both sides need to innovate. You know, because government also has stereotypes of business. You know what government thinks of you? They think you're a bunch of suits who only care about money. You don't care about the public interest. If there's not a buck in it, then you won't be there. You won't do it. That isn't right. And they need to learn more about business. They need to get more savvy. We need people in government, Peter Crisp, I'm talking to you and all the other CEOs who have these capabilities, who are informed, who are confident, who are outward facing, who can work with us to try and be solutions focused, not process focused, not tick box, but solutions focused. And this is my challenge to everybody here today. Think again about government. There's a whole toolbox out there of things in government that can help your business, and it's free. And so I want you to think again about who might help you, what might be available to you, how government works, because the one thing that happens when I talk to government about business is they say, well, business doesn't know anything about government. They come, they ask for the wrong thing. Half the stuff they ask for is illegal. We can't give it to them. But, you know, they say, we want you to intervene. I say, well, read the statute. It says if I intervene, someone can sue me. So my major challenge to you today is this. Think again. I know that when people say government, you say, I'm running away, mate. Usually the phone calls I get is, I don't like what they're doing. Make them stop. Click. All right? And what I'm saying to you is, working with government is actually good for your business if you know how to do it. Most of the people that I work with don't know how to do it. And those who do have a huge market advantage. And if you want to know more, buy my book.